after this. All right, let's do this. I'll help you open the door so you can save your fellow silly old sailor and...
Hi and welcome to another game review on this channel. Today we're going to take a look at Fisherman's Tale, and it is a kind of VR puzzle adventure game which has an exciting little catch where you can bend the laws of physics for a little bit. So yeah, let's check it out. The main character of this game is Bob, a tiny fisherman puppet who lives in a cabin. Suddenly, you'll hear a radio broadcast that tells you about an upcoming storm.
Boat has gone out into the storm.
Your task is now to turn on the lights in the lighthouse. But as always, there's a catch to the whole thing. On top of the table, you will find a tiny model of your cabin and even yourself. You'll notice that all the movements are matched, so if you correct something in the model, the same thing will apply in the normal-sized world. And here is where things get complicated. If you open the windows, you will see a huge model of yourself and your cabin, where the same rule applies. So, to solve the puzzles, you need to interact with all the worlds, and you can shrink or enlarge objects by placing it in a different model. What sounds kind of complicated is a fun new game mechanic, which feels somewhat new and exciting. The whole game is wrapped around a beautiful design story with fun little characters, interactions, and movie-like cutscenes. We had a lot of fun playing this game. The new mechanic is pretty cool to play around with since it added a new element to the game. Most of puzzles are based on shrinking or enlarging certain objects. Even though it's pretty unique, we felt like they could have just switched it up a little bit more. But what makes this game really great is the whole story around it, and also the characters who tell their own story and help you on your quest.
Welcome aboard Fish Flight 123. Please keep your arms inside the mouth at all times and no splinters, please.
Overall, it makes a lot of fun, and the difficulty is easy to medium, so it's also fitted for VR newcomers. On the other hand, if you're an experienced VR gamer, it will be still exciting, but you can complete the whole thing in about an hour or two. The graphics and feel of the game is amazing. The movie-like atmosphere fits great to the game, and they added a lot of details. In this game you will experience different lightings, settings, cutscenes and much more. This makes it feel pretty immersive and gives a nice touch to it. They did a really good job in creating an interesting atmosphere that fits the story and the puzzles. The controls are not crazy good, but they're pretty okay. The tracking, walking and grabbing works pretty okay, and the puzzles can be solved easily. Sometimes there were some smaller bugs where an item was misplaced or some kind of stuck at a certain place. But it didn't happen too often, so we think it's still pretty good. So, after we completed the game, we can come finally to a conclusion. And yeah, we think the developers developed a really nice game. Like the story mode with all the little characters is really cool, and also the new game mechanic, which is kind of unique and feels refreshing. Yeah, we think it's really cool. You also notice that they gave a lot of details to the game, and it's just like charming the whole atmosphere. So yeah, that's really nice. So if you're searching for a short little kind of storytelling puzzle game that everyone can play, this game will definitely be for you. It's really cool. But if you're more like a hardcore gamer who kind of like wants to solve puzzles, really hardcore puzzles for hours of playtime, you might need to search for something else. But yeah, overall we think it's really cool, and we give it a 8 out of 10 fusionary nav. And yeah, I hope you tune in next time and you enjoyed the video. So subscribe if you want to see more content, and yeah, see you next time.